Hello and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. And for today we are going to take a look at something juicy. We are going to take a look at a Yone jungle gameplay. And many of you believe that Yone jungle isn't viable anymore, but let me tell you, this champion is a hyper-scaling monster. Still powerful as ever, well, slightly weaker than before, but if you learn how to play this champion and learn how to draft this champion, you'll be in for an absolute success ride right to the top, because this champion's damage is crazy. So for today, we are going to go into detail when it comes to playing Yone, how to pilot him, and how to secure a snowball the mid game and late game through the power of farming and just ganking very smart with your third ability. So let's get into it. So far, we see a typical jungle clear. Something that a Yone can do most of the time is leash his camp upwards to here and then put opponent into the third ability and then look for a gank. What he does for this would be just pre-stacking the first ability, but in this case he doesn't do it because there wasn't a reason to. There was no play available, and here he saw the Hecarim go for an early cheeky gank on the Mundo lane, and now he wants to make sure that the Hecarim doesn't get away with anything. Hecarim is very flippy for going for this play because it's very risky to go so deep into the jungle when there's no backup early on. With the entire enemy team now collapsing onto them, the Hecarim is taking down double buffs to the Aatrox, and now the Mundo is getting ran down, flashes away, use the cleaver, deals so much damage, and the Syndra has to walk away and can't do anything. The entire team is rotating upwards to that play, making sure to utilize the early lane pressure they have with Lucian and the Janna into the Lulu and Twitch to just walk around the map and make sure that the enemy can't get away with any fancy or any mess up, depending on how you want to view it, play. After this play, he now recalls into base and goes for the massive spikes for the Yone jungle. And here we have the Berserker Greaves. Getting attack speed on Yone reduces the cooldown on your first ability and second ability. With this, you clear so much faster, and in fights you are even stronger. But something that's very interesting to see here is that he's playing First Strike. An absolute maniac, if you ask me. And it's so weird to see a First Strike Yone in the jungle. Just generally, because Lethal Tempo seems so broken. But since he's playing jungle, and most of the time he won't really have any, well, use for the Lethal Tempo, because outside of the early game, where he just fully stacks it in a fight, in the mid to late game, most of his gameplay will basically consist of full comboing into the enemy with a third charge of his first ability or his ultimate, and he'll immediately one-tap somebody. With this in mind, it's very likely that this is the reason why he does this. Another quick reset here. Oh no, the Hecarim just walks around the corner. But now he has information on the Hecarim, so he gets another free camp here, and he might be able to go for something proactive given the fact that he has access to his ultimate ability. Another thing that he could do if the Syndra shows up a little bit too much is a cheeky gank with the third ability, which I've talked about earlier. And the Dr. Mundo is just absolutely stomping the Aatrox. And this could become a very big problem, because if the Mundo gets too fat too early, it's very difficult to do something. And he utilizes all his spells to go over walls, go behind enemy lines, and goes for a quick little dive, gets polymorphed by the Lulu, will probably die to the poison, gets shielded by the Janna and saved. It is absolutely insane, and he is now unbelievably fed. He got his bot lane and himself such a massive lead, which makes it so difficult for the enemy to get anything done now, and the greed for the Scuttle Crab here, but with the vision on the enemy, it's not even remotely greed anymore. His bot lane gets plate after plate, the mid laner is getting nearly a trade kill on the Hecarim, and now he recalls to get a recurve bow, or did he just get the Vampiric Scepter? I think he just got the Vampiric Scepter, if I'm not mistaken. Because he got it. In this case, he went for this because it's the biggest spike possible for the money he has, and some extra sustain is really helpful to have. He can go for a quick little hello to the Syndra, making sure she doesn't go for more platings, and then he just returns to the jungle. For him, it's very important to get the Herald in this game, and it would be very lovely to see a laner from bot lane rotate up here to help him. But yeah. If he gets collapsed here, it could be very dangerous, because he can get one-tapped by Hacker and Fear into a full combo. But as long as this doesn't happen, he's fine. He also spots the Hacker on the bottom side of the map now, and his bot lane is trying their hardest to survive. And as long as they survive, it's okay. And here we have a nice play onto the Mundo now. The Mundo can't really be safe. He uses the ult as a gap closer to get close enough, goes for a quick little trade, goes away again, and now gets access to the tower and the enemy jungle. The enemy might get the dragon, but the Yone gets so much gold from this play that it's basically a done deal now, because it's all on the Yone to carry this game now. He is fed, and his farming speed is so accelerated now that he can do whatever he wants to do, and his team is even winning on the other side. They even get the dragon. That's usually an FF moment. Also in this build, you see he's going for a lot of sustain. Like, he has double sustain items. Quite the interesting choice. "19 seconds left until the ultimate, so it's very possible that he just clears this camp and then waits in the bottom brush for a quick little play with ultimate. He'll also probably walk into here with Q3. Okay, he goes for the setup. The enemy bot lane needs to be really careful. They can just be dove easily, and he just goes there from behind, goes for a quick little hello, quick little love tap here, preps the dive for the future, doesn't even invest the ultimate, sees the Hacker has to do something here. The little ultimate is used, and now it's just a matter of time until the bot lane tower falls. If the Hacker chooses to engage, he'll be there ready to just instantly counter-engage, and he'll remain in this brush until the enemy does something while his bot lane is continuously pushing into the tower. He wants to counter-gank a potential gank. It wouldn't surprise me if he cancelled his recall. He doesn't, okay. Now, with the bot lane being so fed, it's up to him to make sure that the Mundo doesn't go out of control, and he should be able to pick him up. Because it's so difficult to get away from a Yone. He can just dash over walls multiple times, and it's so difficult. Like, look at this chase down potential. Like, where are you gonna run, Mundo? It's just nothing you can do. Twitch is going for Runan's first item, providing him with some AD. And there's a massive bot play about to happen. We see it on the minimap. Their bot lane needs to be really careful to not get caught. It's very, very important now. While the Yone just quickly clears the jungle, makes sure to get more gold, has a massive spike in base again with the Bloodthirster. And with the Bloodthirster in hand, he can just walk down a lane of choice again and make sure the enemy has no fun. There's a big bounty on the top lane tower right now, so it would be possible to deny this bounty, or he goes to hover his bot lane. But he really needs to make that decision. Drop the top lane bounty, or have his bot lane overextend and be at risk. Both of these options are available. As long as he just stays in this like area, it's very easy, and the enemy has to instantly flash away, and she will still die. Like, it's just so easy. The Hacker will probably chase him down, being very angry with the Ghost and probably looking for an ultimate, but he just can't catch up fast enough. Now, with all the lifesteal he has, he'll quickly heal up in the jungle, and then he can look for a proactive play again. And the Scuttle Crab in the river, he even used his E just to make sure that there's nothing that can just instantly kill him, just if something walks around the corner. And he makes very sure that he instantly splits away into the side lane once his teammates play ARAM. Because now with ultimate being on cooldown, there's not much he can do unless he gets a flank, and while doing so, while looking for this, he can actually push up the side lanes, denying the enemy some gold, and making it more difficult for them to achieve anything. He's getting even stronger now, looks for a pick on the Syndra. Ooh, does the Syndra know? Oh, she knows. He might die for this, so he has to instantly go away. The Hacker bounces on. Yeah, the Hacker will probably run it on with ultimate. Ah, he's too afraid. Okay, good. The Hacker here has a very high damage build, but on the flip side, he might die very fast as well. And if the Syndra doesn't kill him instantly, yeah, okay. If the Syndra presses ult into E, there's just nothing you can do. He got punished for getting too greedy, giving 800 gold to a hyperscaling late game champion, which is not optimal at all. But the game is far from over, because as long as you have like one of these hyperscaling champions such as Yone, you can basically always win. Because it only takes this one fateful ultimate of hitting multiple people and they're instantly dead. Oh, man. And again, many junglers just don't do this. A little lag on the recording here. Whenever you have the chance of splitting away into the side lane when your champion is strong enough, utilize this to get more gold. Did you just see what he did to that Hecarim? But he would probably just die to the Yone here. Ooh, he flashes away. Ah, yeah. The only chance for him to survive is to get a Q3 stack on the wave and then use the Q3 to go over the wall and then flash the cleaver if the Mundo flashes after him. But he really needs to find impact now, given the time in the game, where he wipes the enemy team into getting basically objective. Another ult sadly whiffed. This is very dangerous, because this makes it much easier for the enemy team to go for Nashor, knowing that he doesn't have ultimate. But currently, in this game, right now, there is no champion that can realistically face him in a full all-in. The Mundo can trade back relatively evenly, though, but this wasn't a pure all-in, and the Mundo is angry. The Galarian chant and the Hecarim also appears. He is a goner. Yeah, he just walked up a little bit too far again, and he really needs to... He needs to play somehow with the team to get like one of these pickups, at least with an ult at some point. But he hits that ult here, gets an immediate kill, and even kills all of the other ones, while the Syndra has to walk away and pray to survive, but there's just no way to. She just gets ran down, and ideally, she even used Flash, as you saw on the minimap. That is just griefing at this point. And another thing which we don't see in this recording is that as he died, he swapped to teleport to have teleport available for the objective. And as per usual, you see Divine Sundra on this champion. I guess just too good of an item to skip out on. But yeah, he has a lot of damage. And he now goes for a Guardian Angel, because the Guardian Angel will allow him to always snap back. Oh, maybe he goes for something else, a Twin God, okay. But Guardian Angel in general is very good on this champion, because it always allows you to snap back to your Ghost once you go into GA. I really hope we see a nice flank from the Raptor Pit with the Q3 now over the wall with the E. Would be very powerful and huge. He just goes deep for the enemy, hits them all. The Twitch is now isolated in the backline, and the Twitch nearly gets popped instantly, but it just wasn't enough yet, so he has to go back into the jungle to quickly heal up to make sure that he just doesn't die with the next exchange. He's looking for another Q3, waiting to kill the red buff. Now he'll go over the wall again to go for another play to make sure that the Hecarim dies and goes into the next game, while running down the Mundo, and only the Twitch is left now, but he has no stacks and has to go back now. Dragon is spawning as well, which is the soul for them, therefore being decently important. If you think about this, it's going to be the Ice Soul, which is not optimal because it has cooldown per target, which means if he ults in to kill somebody, the soul will be completely meaningless, because every target he will hit will die regardless. If he gets a full combo onto a target, it will die. It doesn't matter who it is. Maybe Mundo will survive. So the soul in this game is... it doesn't do shit. It doesn't do anything. And here he goes, apparently still for the Guardian Angel. Something that's nice though, if there's a moment where you don't have enough damage, the Ice Soul might actually help you out. But it's still not that much. It's really not much. Because you have to think about this. Okay, going in for a play, going in for the backline, saying hello my little friend to the Yordle, and now going immediately away again, pushing out the mid lane, wanting to make sure that there's always a benefit from just killing somebody. You want to kill somebody to get pressure on the map and not just kill them for fun. And he just runs at the Mundo, dealing so much damage, but he just can't kill him instantly. He gets popped by the Syndra ultimate, loses the GA. The Syndra could potentially kill him, but she's very much afraid that he just instantly turns on her. So he just walks away, being content by just getting the GA. If he gets stunned here again, he might just die, so he has to be careful. He might go for this play, but he'll die instantly after. Oh, nah, but you just, nah, you're not serious. You just instantly popped the Twitch. I really, like, I really understand why people hate Yone. Like, the fact that he just didn't die to the Twitch and he just turned around and smacked that guy, it's annoying to die to. But still, again, this could have been potentially avoided by being more aware of what's happening. His team is obviously not helping by being more deadweight than anything else, but still. Now as Aatrox is keeping the Hecarim busy while they're rushing for the Elder, the Aatrox is sadly pulling the Hecarim towards the Elder. Luckily it doesn't really matter because they kill the Elder fast enough, and now they have Elder. So they have the Ice Soul and Elder, so like, if you don't die by being touched by one Yone Q, then my respect, you're the GOAT. Oh, the Vex ultimate hits, goes in for an all-in. Does the Vex get anyone? They're all Zhonya's on the spot. They get the Twitch though. Vex gets out, gets the shit. She gets a reset, okay? But the Mundo is chasing after her. A big mistake because the Elder still is available for 1.5 minutes, and even flashing away might not be. He just goes after them. But the Mundo is still alive, quite insane. Only 2 people alive, there's no Baron being taken right now, which means Cinder still has the capability of clearing the Rift. He knows about this, he instantly flashes on top of her, and she barely survives. Anything else, and she would have instantly died. And Syndra is the only champion that is literally the lifeline right now. If this champion dies, there's no more wave clear. And all they can realistically do is watch. And if the Syndra is Syndra, we have to talk. You had one job, and it was not dying. Come on now. And with Syndra dead, and all, like, what is Vex doing though? Now it's a flip for the enemy team. They have to go in here and steal this, but it's a Yone. It's very unlikely for the Hecarim to be able to steal this unless he perfectly syncs his Q and ultimate. But the Hecarim is unable to get in here because of Elder, because the Yone can always go over the wall and one-tap you, and then simply go back to the Nashor. So much mobility, and he just runs him down, gets another Q, and another Q. It is just so impossible to play into a fed Yone. It's one of the most terrifying things you could potentially face. And yeah, it's just another very nice showcase. Oh my, he hits them, and he explodes them again. It is a wrap. It's an absolute masterclass on how you play this champion. Beautiful showcase on the channel, which you can find in the description below. Beautiful gameplays. And just make sure, if you play jungle, don't neglect sideways. There are a lot of income you can utilize for free to just get even more powerful. And with this, we're at the end of today's video. See you all soon for another RiftGuides WildRift video.